Hi everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It is so good to see you all today. I hope you're doing well. If you are new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. If you are enjoying this in the future, hello from the past. You're guaranteed to have just as much fun and healing a time as if you were here live. But if you would like to join me live, all of the regular days and times that I stream here on YouTube 5 days a week are listed in the description below, as are links to my online as are links to my online Reiki certification classes, community Discord, crystal shop, social media, and everything else. If you are here for the first time, go ahead, click that live chat button, and feel free to make any requests that you have for your own healing and well-being. We will go ahead and start off by building a beautiful crystal grid together. And after that, we will transition into the healing. If you are watching this in the future, if you'd like to skip ahead to just getting the healing, go ahead and just move that bar over to where you see the lights begin to shift, and you can just zone out and enjoy the healing. But for the first 45 minutes, an hour or so, we're going to go ahead and talk all about crystals and building this grid. So let's go ahead and say hi to everyone and start on building. Okay, so we've got the crystal grid already started just a little bit here. I kept the yellow calcite in because I felt like we could use the happy. I've kept the smoky quartz in from the 4 o'clock stream, which helps to transmute energy. It's protective, breaks up blockages, and it protects against theft as well. And we've got copper in the middle to help break up any energy blockages and get the energy flowing optimally. I'm going to go ahead and say hi to everyone. So many folks here today. We've got future someone, Chris, Korakar, Vic, future someone you were here at 4 and you're here now. I'm so excited. JS, Blue Sky, Key, and or Patty. Yeah, I saw JS. I saw your request. Ashley, welcome in. Kim, Blue Sky, awesome. It's awesome to see everybody. Okay, cool. Let's dive in. So I did see a couple of the first requests. JS had a request around creating the life you want and releasing any expectations of what yourself and others might think it should look like. And I feel like a good one for that is Malachite. Malachite helps with letting go. Letting go in all the different ways. Letting go of what no longer serves, but also letting go of a picture of what things could be or should be as well. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. This helps. Malachite helps even with painful shifts and changes. Good ones, easy ones, and painful ones. So we'll bring this in. We haven't worked with Malachite in a bit. And I also saw quite a few requests for cold, flu-y, that kind of stuff. I've got a couple for those. First things first is moss agate. This is good for anything that's kind of spreading throughout the body. And in Chinese medicine, when we talk about things spreading through the body, whether it's a virus, a bacteria, a fungi, whatever it is, it's considered just like an invader. It's something you don't want in there, and it's spreading all around. Moss, because moss kind of grows the way it does, this is emblematic of something that's going to grow all through it and kind of replace it, take it out. So we're going to bring in this moss agate to help clear up a little bit of what we're seeing going on in your bodies. Go. Also going to put a couple in the center there, because why not? Let's have everybody feel better for the new year. There we go. Okay, so that's moss agate, so hopefully that will help. There's also some other good stones that we'll get to in regards to the lungs and the sinuses and things like that too, that we'll throw in as we go through. I hope everyone's feeling better. Any stone to help the body relax and unwind and to become more receptive to tonight's healing. I love that. Relaxing, unwinding. so many good options, but I'm thinking, yeah, here we go. Green calcite. Green calcite is good for any kind of anxiety, panic attacks, or just tension that's built up over time and kind of settled into your physical body and that you're holding on to. So if you have been struggling with something and kind of gritting your teeth, and now you get that kind of pain either in the back of your neck or in your jaw, this will help unwind that, and anything similar to that. This can help with reassurance and also just general nervousness. But yeah, where anxiety is an emotion and it meets the physical body, green calcite for sure. So there we go, lots of green calcite. And good thinking. I hope you have a really restorative, rejuvenating session. To find your voice in your new job, release stress and anxiety, amethyst, iolite, absolutely. And I happen to have amethyst and iolite right here. Yeah, absolutely. And finding your voice at your new job can definitely help you with that. Okay, so I'll start with amethyst. We worked with this at 4 o'clock today also, and this is a great stone of any kind of self-improvement that you're taking, but also it's a good stone of lightening your perception of yourself. Sometimes we can be a little hard on ourselves and we can kind of gang up on ourselves. This is a stone that kind of lifts that and says, okay, you're doing the best you can. You're doing your best you can. Yes, you're going to do better things. You're shifting and changing into something that's a little bit more mature, more grown, maybe learning from mistakes, but to also take the pressure off that you might feel. This is also a stone of living up to your commitments while also not taking over for anyone else's commitments, for all of that good kind of positive change, and also for connecting to spirituality, whether it's something new to you or a new perspective on spirituality. So we'll bring this in. Also really helps sleep, better sleep. Iolite we use in almost every grid because it does so many great things. It's excellent for things like fever. This is one that's usually recommended for that. In addition to money management, sleep, especially if your sleep is disturbed because of intuitive things, like you're finding it difficult to ground right before you sleep, this can be really helpful, but it can also help bring through visionary things in meditation and anytime you're doing divination work. So I saw the request for psychopomp coming up. This will be very helpful for that too. So we'll put those together. If nothing else, this combo will help you sleep really well. And for finding your voice at your new job, first one that comes to mind is carnelian. This is how we relate to one another. This is excellent for any kind of group of people where there's disharmony in how everyone's getting along. People are trying to figure out how we relate to one another. Okay, I'm here and you're there. So this is my place and that's your place. And how do I show up to complement all of this? And how do I show up without stepping on toes? All of those kinds of things go along with carnelian. I really recommend it for new jobs and new colleagues, but also new roommates and new neighbors even. This can be really helpful. It's also one of the ones that's pointed out for absolutely cold and allergies as well, so it's helpful there, as well as anything having to do with fertility, sexuality, sexual dysfunction, anything like that. So we'll bring this in, and I hope that this is something you find helpful. Let's see. And there's also some throat chakra stones about communication that were requested further down that will apply to you as well. but that one's definitely helpful for the how do we relate to each other kind of thing. So I'm glad that you're here. I hope your new job goes well. And requesting help, cold virus symptoms, absolutely. So moss agate, carnelian, and there'll be other ones too. And I hope you feel better. You hurt your knee and right side, healing needed, stuffy nose. Gotcha. Awesome. I'm also going to bring out, because you mentioned stuffy nose, I'm going to bring out aquamarine because this helps with all of the fluids within the body. So if you're struggling with any kind of cold, if you're stuffed up, if you feel like fluids aren't moving or anything like that, aquamarine can really help. It's also really great for forgiveness, whether it's forgiveness of self or someone else, as well as kind of deflecting pettiness. So it can be wonderful for all those. Also teeth and gums. So we'll bring this in. And for your knee and feeling just generally kind of banged up, I want to use Howlite for you for sure. And so we have... Here is Howlite. Howlite's excellent for the joints and the bones in general too. It's thought to help with things like calcium absorption, the strength of bones, but it's also excellent for anger, resentment, and frustration, which is how we used it in the 4 o'clock stream. We were really having a lot of struggles with that, so we used all the good stones that we could think of for that. But yeah, this is one that it also helps with stability in those times, but it's one I use a lot. I have really brittle bones, so this is one that I use a lot for that too. So I hope that this helps, and I hope you heal up fast and feel better. Let's put some Howlite. And I know there'll be some other stones that come out that'll be helpful. And definitely feel better. I can't believe this year is almost over either. It's like, where's the time going? Hey, Belinda, welcome back. Martha, great to see you. Crystals for hair, nails, and low blood pressure. Well, hair and nails, definitely the Howlite. Definitely the Howlite. Blood pressure, we'll definitely get to one. And you're welcome, Kim. Yeah, this is an amazing community. Depression and grief support for Brandon. Absolutely, I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll do that. Aura. We have Jet. Oh, you're both here tonight, Key and Patty. Wonderful. Hi, Auntie. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. If you have any requests for your personal healing, let us know. Let's see, red coral. I don't have wolfenite or vanadinite. Darn it. Sorry. But I do have flower agate, white and red coral, lepidolite. So I'm going to keep bouncing around, but I think I'll get to everyone's request today. Okay. So lepidolite is helpful for soothing and calming and better understanding our emotions, especially if they're just kind of really intense. But also it helps to bring attention to any thought patterns and patterns in general that need releasing. So it really goes well with malachite for that. And also if you're discerning whether to stay or go, like, do I stay? Do I go? Do I keep this job? Do I go to another one? Do I move here? Do I stay in this apartment? This can be really helpful with sussing that out. Now, lepidolite is lithium mica, lithium, which is also used as a mental health prescription and is also on the periodic table of elements. It's this beautiful purple shimmery stuff. Now, sometimes you'll find it as mica in these little sparkles. Sometimes you'll find it as like sheets of this really beautiful metallic purple. And other times you'll see it as a solid mass. So just to let you know, you'll see it differently depending on where you buy it. It does sometimes form close to Amazonite. And this particular specimen has a little bit of both. And I did see a request for Amazonite. Amazonite helps with caretakers. It helps us to remember to take care of ourselves, that we are just as important and deserving of the same quality of care that we show others, the same quality of treatment that we show others. It also helps with the spine and spinal nerves. We have lots of folks here that request it for things like spinal stenosis or sciatica or different spine issues. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful stone for so many reasons. So this has both of those in there. So we're going to bring some of that in. We have white coral, which I picked up off the beach walking with my grandmother once. White coral helps us to focus on our spiritual path and stay true to it without getting distracted or pulled off or shoulded out of it. So this will definitely be supportive of JS's request as well. So we'll see. We'll put this maybe right here. We'll see. We'll see where they go. Red coral is exceptional for protecting women, especially against misogyny. Any kind of place, location, whether it's a workspace or anything that has women kind of relegated in some way, pushed down, not listened to, even as bad as like gaslit, anything like that. This is a stone that helps to protect her against that, to help keep her voice heard. It can be a very strong protective stone in that way. So, strong protective stone for women. And here, so we'll put those there for now. We'll see where they end up. I did see the request for grief and depression. So for grief, we have Jet. We've been using this quite a bit for Patty and Key as well. So those of you who've been here for a while will be familiar. Jet is wood that's been fossilized quickly through volcanic activity usually, or very, very hot forest fire. It was a living tree, and then in so much as a flash, it basically got turned into a stone. And it's like basically got the understanding of grief baked into it. So this is a stone that you can be within your grief without being numb or completely overwhelmed. It allows you to actually be with your grief in a way where you can process it and not so much make sense of it, but to sort of reach different plateaus in your healing. It also is thought to help call in missing animals. So we'll bring it in for that. So yeah, we'll bring that in here. And for depression, a lot of us have found a lot of help and healing from Aqua Aura, which is clear quartz that's been processed in a man-made process. In this particular case, using gold. And I thought it was titanium at first, but no, it was gold. A lot of us have experienced benefits from this stone for seasonal affective disorder, for depression. I struggle with depression. I do all the things for depression. I'm medications, meditations, and everything in between. I do it. And this is one of the things that I found to be helpful. So I hope that this is helpful for your friend as well. And lots of love from us. Seeking help getting energy bands off of your emotional heart valves. Gotcha. So we can help support that. And Korakar, if you have other requests, let me know. Let's see. You're definitely going to fall asleep, JS, and try to pop up tomorrow. Yes, so by the way, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. We don't usually have a Saturday stream, but we do tomorrow. So 4 o'clock. East Coast US time, there will be a community distance Reiki. And on Sunday, you have an extra special treat for New Year's. And at 4 o'clock, I will be doing my first live tarot. So I'll be doing check-ins. My big only real rule is not asking questions about like other people's personal stuff. So ask about you, ask about the world, or, things like that. But Yeah, we'll be throwing down tarot cards by request, and that's 4 o'clock on Sunday. So we'll go for about an hour to an hour and a half on that, and then our usual 8 o'clock stream for community distance Reiki. So Happy New Year, everyone. And so let's see. So we had heart healing, breaking up the bands around your, the energy bands around the heart. Yes, and the heart valves. Tourmalinated quartz. So tourmalinated quartz is clear quartz with black tourmaline running through it, and this is a stone that has so many different purposes that we do end up using it quite a lot. And it is thought because black tourmaline repels negative energy or less than great energy. And so as it streaks through clear quartz, imagine it going through and breaking up what no longer serves. This is thought to break up scar tissue internally, externally, like on the skin, energetically, as well as emotionally. So all of those things that are sort of holding us back, this can kind of help break that up. It's also thought to be really helpful for the heart in general, and protective in travel, which so many people still need because, my goodness, what a mess. Also great for new jobs, gigs, and ways of earning money. So Kim, I hope this helps you with your new job. And emotional trauma in general, also grounding and releasing any energy that no longer serves. So we'll bring this in. Awesome. Okay. So we have that there. I hope that helps, and I'm glad you're here. We also need, let's see. For Martha, I just wanted to grab, so I don't forget your request. So Unakite has a number of uses, especially protective of women's health, especially in regards to hormones and in regards to metabolism, especially if that's connected to hormones, which it usually is, it always is. But this is great for heart, circulation, and body fluids. So there you go. But this is considered a good stone for fertility, postpartum, onset of menses, menopause, all different aspects and phases of a woman's life. Also for smoking cessation. So if you're quitting smoking this New Year's, this is a helpful one. So I hope that this helps. Okay, there we go. And oh, okay, that's for your dad. Gotcha. Future someone requested Unakite. Okay, good. We're always picking up what the other's putting down. Tiger eye. Sugilite. Pyrite. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, when I was younger, I had really low blood pressure, and that would sometimes happen. Ugh. Let's see. Okay, I'm just reading through everybody's and just grabbing the stones. Okay, awesome. We're doing good. Vincent, you snuck in there. I just saw you pop up. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Amazonite. We have a little bit of Amazonite in there. Jade. Let's bring in the jade now, so it'll be a little easier. So nephrite jade, which is what I have here. There we go. Jade is one of good fortune on all levels. It's blessings, it's success, everything from family to romance to business to just in life. It shows up in every way possible in our lives to just reflect that bounty, abundance, good fortune, and the wind being at your back. So that's what we have under the spiral there. We also have some pyrite. This really helps the body during Reiki as well. But it also is excellent at manifesting financial abundance. Fool's gold brings the real gold, but this also helps with intuition as much as it is protective. So if you're working with intuition or you're just becoming intuitive, this is a stone that can kind of open things up, but also put some protection around you. It's also great for the brain and memory, as well as the lungs. So for those of you who are struggling with cold, this can be helpful. It's also another one that has some connection to being helpful for fever, along with iolite. We have tiger eye, golden tiger eye, which a few of you requested. This helps to give perspective. So we can glean a lot from this stone. We can take a look at golden tiger eye. This is a stone that's often linked with detective work and research, also just in terms of homework and studying too, but definitely peeking through lots of information and seeing the common threads, seeing the thing you missed, seeing how, what got overlooked. This is an excellent stone for that. It's also very protective in general. It helps you to see things in a new perspective as well, if that's your intention to work with it that way. And I absolutely love working with tiger eye. So let's go ahead and do leopard skin jasper. This is good for working with animal healing, as well as to heal, working with your animals who need healing, or if you want to connect with your animal guides. This is also helpful for anything that's impacting the skin and anything that's parasitic. So yeah, skin healing, animal healing, and connecting with your animal spirits. Also good for coordination and balance if you're struggling with things like let's put some of these here. So if you're struggling with things like vertigo, this can be really helpful. There we go. I heard a request in there for keeping water clear and clean and healthy. Shungite. Shungite is actually something that appears in a lot of water filters. Now, I'm not saying to go to the crystal store and pick up shungite and drop it in your water, because it absorbs things. We don't know what those particular pieces have absorbed yet. So if you're going to get shungite, make sure that it's from someplace that specializes in, say, water filtration. But yeah, this is a good one to set that intention. It also helps with physical tissue repair. So definitely, Vic, for your injuries, this will help that as well. This helps to clear low vibe energy from the body. Anyone who's particularly sensitive to electromagnetic fields, this can be very helpful, and it can be great for just emotional pain and stress in general too. Shungite. So put that here and here. So I hope that's helpful. We've also got red tiger eye. Highly protective, and I mean highly protective of even the most mundane of things like bullying and things like that, all the way up to like malevolent spiritual work. This really is an incredibly powerful stone that can help with that. So where shall we place you? In fact, let's do going to get creative and make space for everything. Okay, and we have here. There is red tiger eye. And what did we use last time for revealing hidden blessings? I forget now. What did we use earlier? And lapis. Lapis is fantastic for deep communication, honesty, telling the truth, open, honest communication. Kim, this might be helpful for you. It's also great for career movement, so there's that too, and as well as pain and inflammation. So I feel like, Vic, this can probably help with you as well. So there's lapis. And celestite, you're absolutely right. Oh my gosh, you had a friend that had COVID for 6 months and finally negative. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh, I'm so glad she's finally out. And celestite, absolutely. I want to bring that back in. So celestite helps us connect with our angels. And when we connect with our angels, we can be more aware of the blessings and the gifts and the bounty that the universe has for us. Our angels can help us to see that. Celestite's also good for all manner of physical pain, connection to our higher wisdom in general, and telling the difference between what is a fear and what is like a real kind of warning from internal. If you're like, I don't know if I'm kind of feeling like I don't want to go near that because I'm afraid of it because of something else, or because this is like an internal warning that maybe this isn't in my highest good. This can help you tell the difference. So celestite for helping discover hidden blessings and hidden treasures. Let's do this. So let's put this here. Aw, thank you so much, Vic. That's sweet of you to say. Let's see. Sugilite is a fantastic stone for interconnectedness of all things, awareness of the greater spiritual connection of everyone and bringing everyone to the next level. So like when you want to bring hope, healing, and goodness to the world collective. Now I have one very tiny, very like particularly nice piece that I keep in a plastic display so it doesn't get lost. Looking at my cats. But sometimes it takes me a moment to take out of here. So that's Sugilite. it can also help you connect with the highest version of yourself, your higher self, your higher guides, and collective wisdom. So let's do, for now, let's put it right in the center, but we'll see where it ends up. We'll see where everything goes. There we go. Yay. There we go. So that's Sugilite. You've also got wealth blessings, weight loss, cardio health, stronger connection with your psychopomps. So stronger connection with psychopomps, definitely iolite. And also potentially the leopard skin jasper and or the celestite can help to some extent too. Weight loss, iolite. Cardio health, definitely unikite. Wealth blessings, let's bring in a little bit more. Let's bring in some citrine. Can you believe it? We made this far into a grid without any citrine. The 4 o'clock grid, we didn't have citrine. We had other stuff. Citrine is an abundant stone of financial wealth, bringing in our basic needs, making sure that we have everything we need to survive and thrive. So definitely for calling in financial abundance. So this is citrine. Also helps with balancing intuition with logic. So if you're trying to figure out what's my intuition and what's the part of me saying, hey, maybe I don't like this or I don't want that. Like if you're struggling in that regard, like you were with, say, celestite, and you're like, am I afraid of it? Or is this like an internal warning? Citrine's another one that can help you with that. We've also got, for help with psychopomps also, I wanted to bring in chevron amethyst. This is an excellent stone of connecting with visionary meditation, seeing our guides, having that connection and that conversation that we want to have in a way that feels fruitful and meaningful. It also helps with tolerance of others, but for the most part, just spiritual and psychic connection, channeling, sending up our wishes, requests, and manifestations to spirit, and then being open and receptive to returned guidance. So whether our guides are saying, ask for something bigger, or it's kind of right in front of you, or are you sure you want that? This is a stone that can help you hone that and kind of get the answers from your guides. So let's go ahead and put these here. So that's chevron amethyst. Oh, what a beautiful stone. Oh, here I go, mixing up the leopard skin jasper and the chevron amethyst. Here we go. So I hope that helps. And let me know if it does. Vincent understanding wealth. We have amazonite and we have iolite. Return of cat. Joie de vivre. We have the yellow calcite. Your mother for prosperity. So we have the citrine and the pyrite. Your stepfather's colon cancer. A stone that is thought to help with anything that's illness or anything like that. So those of you with cold and flu as well, this will help give you energy to like battle something or ward it off. It'll also give you energy after you're kind of wiped out from having fought it. But for cancer, this was long thought to help direct the healing exactly where it needs to go, particularly like I know when I was growing up, like in the 80s, like the older chemos and radiations were much more almost like bombing the house and hoping that you killed the cancer first, where now they're much more refined and targeted, and like cancer hair has come a million years in the last 40. It's incredible. but this is thought to help direct the healing exactly where it needs to go, and it helps to focus and balance the mind-body connection. So this is usually used as a well wish for folks that are dealing with cancer. So we'll bring that in. So there we go, and all the best to your stepfather. And let's see. Oh, Chris. Yeah, I want to make sure we don't forget yours. Oh, cool. No, it's all good, Key. Thank you. And you're welcome, Chris. Oh, okay. I just scrolled up and saw what you had listed earlier. Thank you for putting it in. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing I saw. I was just getting up to you, so thank you for reposting it. I've got ametrine hematite. Hematite. Sapphire. Aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite, blue kyanite. Peridot. I think we have everything else. Yeah, peridot I think is here. Rutilated, we got Herkimer, Aqua blue kyanite, blue sapphire. Yeah, okay. Herkimer I will put in for Chris, and I'm also going to put some intention that this help with Susan and Greg, and that the chevron amethyst also help with them. Herkimer is fantastic for manifesting when you want what you're manifesting to be in the most spiritually abundant version of. So there's one way to manifest, which is, universe, give me this. And then there's other ways of manifesting where it's like, these are the things that I want and want to do, and this is how I want to show up in the world, and I want it to be of harmony with everyone and everything else. This is more the latter. This will help you to connect to the most spiritually significant connections that'll help you get to where you need to go. This is also helpful for relaxation and being present in the moment, not just wishing your life away, but like being here now, as well as harmonizing discordant energies, and also for metabolism. It's also thought to help intuition. So it's very much along the lines of the chevron amethyst. I'm going to go ahead and put Herkimer's right here. So I hope that connects them to what they're seeking. There we go. We've also got peridot for help with breaking up bad habits and cycles. It also helps to foster new friendships and bring new connections to old ones that are friendships that'll help support you in your kind of better choices and better cycles. So as you let go of what's no longer serving, that you have the friends that are going to be there that are resonant with where you are going and where you are in the here and now. So that's peridot. And so I'm going to sprinkle that around the center. So it is a friendship stone, and it is a breaking up cycles that no longer help stone. Blue kyanite helps us to better understand the messages that come through, our intuitive messages. So if you've ever gotten the message and you're like, okay, that's great, but what does that mean? Like, this can be really helpful. So also really helpful for folks recovering from brain injury and stroke, especially if it impacts speech and mobility, and with radical self-acceptance. So anybody who grew up with a whole, that's not good enough, or you can't be this way, or anything like that. Or even later on, this helps you be just fundamentally proud of who you are as a human being. It's what they call an IET, or integrated energy therapy. They call it spiritual pride. Not the pride that's like boastful, but the pride that's like, this is me. This is who I am. I am lovable and beautiful exactly as I am. Sapphire is a very powerful stone of intuition, psychic ability, mediumship. It's also superb for anytime that you're trying to translate those messages for someone else. So if you're a channel medium and you're getting messages from one side and then you're sharing them with someone else, sometimes it can be hard to describe what we're hearing or what we're experiencing. This is a stone that can make that a lot more easy. It works with the really the crown and the third eye, but it also helps the throat to express what you've gotten through. This can be a very ungrounding stone. So if you're somebody who's new to those things and you don't have a good grounding practice, work on that a little bit first, or work with some really grounding stones with this. So let's put them here. There's room. We'll just put them up. Yeah, sapphire is such an amazing stone. This is actually the shape that it takes. Like, that's the shape that it grows in, and which is so wild. And a lot of the stones that you see in the crystal healing world, like what I have here, they are secondary to the jewelry industry, and which is where I get nearly all the stones for sale on my website. Things that were pulled out of the ground, the things that are great for a jeweler, a lot of it isn't. So what do they do with it? We'll take it. So that's a lot. That's why we see sapphire, the likes of which you wouldn't see in like a ring, because it's not considered like fine jewelry quality, but it's absolutely the same stone. Works for us. Garnet, you got it. I'm always down for adding garnet. I'm a Capricorn. Hematite is very grounding, and it's also very renewing. So this is a stone that can help us connect with the earth and release the energy that no longer serves. So in Japanese culture, energy that we don't need any longer exits out the feet. So you might hold on to this with your feet at the ground, or you might sit and have, say, your root chakra sitting on the ground and just like deep breathing and just ask that the universe collect what no longer serves. This is thought to kind of purify the body as well, and it's thought to have a lot of linkages to the blood because it's mainly made of iron. So if you crack it open, it's red. It's got so much iron in it that you can magnetize it, actually. So I had a really long nosebleed yesterday, like over 2 hours long. Like, I lost a lot of blood. So this is thought to help like bring up the stores of blood again. So let's put that intention in there. Can't hurt, might help. Yeah, it was not fun. It wasn't fun. Just hanging out in the bathroom. First thing in the morning. All I wanted was a cup of coffee. Hey, heart. Hey. Lots of love to your daughter, too. Absolutely. An abundance of health, wealth, joy, and happiness. Absolutely. We have wealth. We have a lot of health stones. We have joy. We have yellow calcite. We have all of those good things. And I am feeling better. Thank you. Aragonite helps with balancing the Earth Star chakra and the Soul Star chakra, as well as the crown and the root. This can help us to, as it helps to balance the top and bottom of our energy center, it helps the flow in the middle to optimize. There is an energy that lays dormant at the base of the spine called Kundalini. This is a stone that can help support and balance the movement of that energy. The aragonite is also excellent for physical healing in every possible and conceivable way, and that's the brown part of these. The Caribbean blue calcite brings up connection to the divine, to spirituality, and the crown and third eye chakras as well. Oh, I'm having nosebleeds just because the air in my apartment is really, really dry. Really, really dry. And I tend to be I get a little skitched out with humidifiers because I'm always worried about mold, but clearly if it's this dry in here, that's not the problem. Yeah, so I've been, I boiled down a whole bucket of our whole pot of water in my living room yesterday. No steam anywhere. So yeah, it's radiator heat. So I've got to just, I'm just going to have to get a better humidifier system. That's all. I'll be fine. I just need to take better care of the air quality. So 2 more. So we have ametrine. So we talked about the spiritual qualities of amethyst and of citrine. Ametrine is a combination of both. This one isn't the clearest example. It's got the amethyst in it, but not a ton, where it's really, really easy. Yeah, EO diffuser works for you. I do have an EO diffuser, like a really big one I got from a neighbor when she moved. And I just need to start putting that out. And saline spray, yeah. Maybe some good neti pot stuff once everything heals up. But yeah, I'm going to do the EO diffuser. Good call, Ashley. Thank you. And Heart, good call. But yeah, so this brings so basically these 2 stones form together under the ground. And sometimes you get one piece where it's actually got both stones. So it takes the spiritual value of each of those stones and it more or less amps them both up with a lot more support for spirit and your sense of self. And so we'll put this here, or actually, there we go. Last but not least, garnet. Garnet is a Capricorn stone. We are in Capricorn season. Welcome to my world, everyone. Capricorn is my sun sign. Aries is my rising. It sounds like a business owner in Philadelphia, doesn't it? So this helps with organization, with courage, especially if you're launching something new. It can help you to find balance, support, and a sense of stability in really challenging times. And this can help you to be creative and practical in finding the best ways to do things. So if you're trying to figure out the best way to make the most of your time, get the most done in a small amount of time, this is a stone that can be very helpful. So this is garnet. Oh, I'll take care of myself. It's all good. It was just a surprise. I woke up and I'm like, So let's see. There we go. So let's go ahead and do that thing we do where I have all of you just think of all the things that you're grateful for. You can think of them, you can type them into the chat, you can do both if you'd like, whatever you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and quickly explain a little about what Reiki is and how it works for anyone who might be new, and then we're going to get into the healing. So yeah, awesome. Go for it. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about my online Reiki certification classes, community Discord, social media, and crystal shop, you can go ahead and check the description below for all of those links. So I've been teaching and practicing Usui Reiki for a little over 14 years now. Usui Reiki is named after the founder of this particular tradition, Mikao Usui, and he created this system in the early 1920s in Japan. His influences spiritually were incredibly diverse. So he grew up in Japan, so he was well-versed and sort of grounded in Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan. He also was a Tendai Buddhist monk, so esoteric Buddhism. And he also studied Taoism, Confucianism, Shugendo, which is a form of Japanese shamanism, and several other things as well, including different types of martial arts that are far more spiritual than they even are physical. The system here that we have that he created for us was meant to simplify the practice of connecting to Reiki energy. So what is that? Reiki energy really is best described in the Shinto tradition, which is, again, the indigenous spirituality of Japan. This understanding that everything is connected and interconnected, that there is a foundational connection between all things, that the interconnectedness of all things is also supported by other forces. And this particular other force called Reiki translates fairly literally to the spiritually guided soul or life energy. And that this energy supports everyone and everything in its own unique way. Essentially, this energy is flowing through all of us, everyone and everything around us. Our body, mind, and spirit are working with it all the time for our greatest wellness and balance, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That this energy is already a part of us. And just as we're mostly made of water and don't really think of it, water is so needed for every kind of function in our body, but yet we don't have to think about it. It just happens. It's our body knows what to do with that water. We couldn't control that if we tried. Reiki is very similar. Our body has this energy flowing through it, and it uses it to the best, highest good of supporting your healing and wellness moment to moment, knowing exactly what to do. Essentially, what I'll be doing in this practice that Usui created to simplify the connection with it is this. I'll be connecting with this energy that's already connecting all of us, and I'll be directing more of it to you to support your body, mind, and spirit, to make the best use of it for your individual case and what you need today and right now. Setting intentions for your healing is always super helpful. It kind of guides the universe and your body into what would be most helpful for you, just like any kind of intention setting. And the energy of the crystals helps too. But essentially what I'll be doing is connecting to this energy, directing it to all of you, and your body, mind, and spirit will be deciding how it can best support you. You may feel sensations in your physical body. You may feel emotions move, rise, or be released. You may feel some inner dialogue or your subconscious speaking to you, and you may have some spiritual guidance coming in, like maybe some intuition. You may just have a really nice nap and feel better. It will probably be some combination of all of these together. What do you do during this time? Nothing. Just get yourself as physically comfortable as you can, whether that's laying down, sitting up. You can stretch, move, bend. You can journal if you want to, or just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and relax. I will take it all for you and direct it all for you, and you don't need to do a thing. You don't need to focus on anything. You don't need to keep your mind silent. You can just be. I usually suggest that you notice what's going through your mind. If you're not sure if it's helpful or just racing mind, just take a deep breath. And if it keeps coming back, listen to it. Maybe it's just an opportunity to kind of think something through that you've been having difficulty parsing out. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice invite you back, inviting you to take a deep breath. And at that point, I'll reopen the chat. I'll answer any questions that you might have, and you'll be able to share any experiences that you had that you feel inclined to share. During the session, I will turn the music up if you'd like more information about our musical creator. Her link is in the description. And I will turn down the lights. You will notice that the lights will move gently and slowly through several different colors, but at no point will they flash or strobe. So thank you so much for being here. Just know that however you enjoy this time is perfect. This is your time for you. So move around, do what you need to do, and simply just be. I'm so glad that you are here today. Feel free to join me anytime. If you are watching this in the future, know that just as we are all interconnected, so it doesn't matter where you are in terms of miles or kilometers from me, it also doesn't matter when you are in relation to me. So hello again from the past. Just go ahead, take a deep breath, and be open to the healing. It will absolutely meet you exactly where you are in the best, highest good. For those of you that are here, if you ever feel like you need a little healing and I'm not live, go ahead to the past healing streams playlist. There are hours and hours and hours of healing for you to enjoy. So thank you so much again for being here. Have a beautiful session, and let's go back and see how everything looks. I love it. Okay, let me see if I can just shift the camera. It's a little crooked, but I think we get to see it all a little bit better. There we go. Awesome. Cool. I love it. You can see a little bit of the selenite I always have there. So there is our grid today, everyone. Well done. Well done. I love it. Okay. Good job. Oh, and these gratitudes are awesome. They don't all have to be about me, you guys. But thank you very much. Thank you all so much for being here. So go ahead, get cozy, enjoy your session, and I will see you all in about 25 minutes. invite you to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the space that you're in. Thank you all so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. Thank you, Martha. Thank you. Thank you, Key. And thank you all to you as well. For anyone that I might not see before the new year, Happy New Year. Thank you. Yeah, Martha, did you know that it's a foster fail? I adopted them. Were you here when I announced that? Oh. Sorry if that was loud. This is what I was listening to the whole time. You knew it would happen. I think everyone but me did. Yeah. It was so, in a way, it was kind of heartbreaking that for months, I fostered 3 of them. The first sister got adopted right away. In great home. She's doing great. Nobody ever put in a single application for these guys. And it was just like really clear they were meant to be here. I can hear the other one snoring across the room. She's snoring under my bed. Yeah, I was fostering them through Paws Philadelphia. I took them on as sick kitties, as ringworm kitties, and I helped them beat the ringworm. They were ready and adoptable and got them spayed and all that, and then I was just like, you know what? They've been here too long. I have to keep them now. Yeah, they are little kitty healers. And they love Reiki. They really do. Thank you. I think you're right. I wouldn't be surprised if cats invented Reiki. They certainly understand it pretty well. After I finished my Reiki master training, I spent about a year volunteering in the animal shelters. And it helped me understand Reiki more than anything. Your cat loves my Reiki. Aw, thank you. I'm glad that your cat loves my Reiki. That's a big compliment. I appreciate that. Yeah, cats can certainly do Reiki. I don't have any doubts about that. But I'm going to go ahead and just make some quick reminders. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 31st of December, New Year's Eve, we're going to be having a special community distance Reiki stream at 4 p.m. And on Sunday, we will be having my very first live tarot readings at 4 p.m. and our regular community distance Reiki at 8 p.m. So all of you are welcomed and invited. And thank you, Ashley. I really appreciate that. And Happy New Year to you too. Vic, I'm mostly vegetarian. I'm not a strict vegetarian. There's times where my body really needs meat protein like that. But since I'm not, I used to be much more physically active and I needed the protein because I walk on arm crutches. So you use a lot of physical strength to do that. And I used to run all around the city like that. But now that I don't have to run across the city to my brick and mortar since I closed it during COVID, I don't really need it. So yeah, I'm mostly vegetarian. I eat mostly plant-based. That's just what my body wants at this point. Yeah, occasionally fish, very rarely beef, but very seldom chicken. I'm not a big fan of chicken. Not a big fan of eggs. But I finally developed a liking for dairy, which makes my my hormone specialist happy for my brittle little bones. Yeah, I think all of us have our perfect diet that's meant for us at different points in our lives, and it always changes for everyone throughout our lives. But I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring this to a close with an abundance of gratitude. It's been a beautiful day being able to do community distance Reiki twice. I love Fridays, absolutely love them, and I love being here with all of you. So thank you so much for being here. Consider liking the stream and subscribing. Really appreciate that too. Once we get to 1,000 followers, there'll be a lot more options available for what I can do for the community. I look forward to that. But if I don't see you before this weekend, have a happy New Year. Take care of yourself. I do hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.